Welcome to this week's Swarf and Chips. In this special show, Joe and Paul are up in sunny Scotland at the Advanced Forming Research Centre, also known as the AFRC, who are part of the very successful Catapult network. We discuss Lollipop tools, see, you can't miss this episode, and we find out how you can get 90% cycle time reductions using HyperMILL MAXX machining. Yep, 90%. Nichkhun tell us why they believe their tooling is far more accurate and stronger than their competition. And Quickgrind tell us about their conical barrel tool and bespoke tooling. All coming up on today's Swarf and Chips. Oh, the 100th show last week. Oh, it was so funny.
Great show.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Great show.
Great.
Good
Colin,
to be back.
look,
Good to be back.
Yeah.
you look very dapper.
Slapper, did you say? Oh, dapper.
No, dapper.
Oh, good.
It's all that coconut oil you use. How do you think of his complexion?
Oh, it was a laugh, and what you did was hilarious. And all the cycle time challenge guesses, they were all over the place, weren't they? But well done, everyone.
Thanks for the efforts, guys.
Yeah.
And hope you like prizes.
And thanks for everyone sending the goodwill messages in as well. Well, congratulations messages.
Did we get any?
We got a few.
Yeah, Gio got loads.
You know we
Film
got
and landscape,
loads.
not portrait.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Oh, yeah, naughty. Anyway, right, first stop, Paul's in Scotland, and we find out more about the AFRC, a globally recognised centre of excellence.
Stephen, we're here at the AFRC today. Can you tell us a little bit about the event, what's happening here?
Yeah, so this is an advanced machining strategy day, and what it is it's a collaboration between ourselves and our Tier 1 and Tier 2 partners, showcasing advanced machining technology through CAM processes, tool holders, tooling and virtual verification processes.
Tell us about the machine that is on show and the demonstration that is running here.
Yeah, so this is our DMG Mori HSE 75. High-speed dynamic machine, linear drives, 28,000 RPM spindles, so perfect for high-speed machining processes, and that's exactly what we've got on show today, but how you can gain productivity increases through high-speed machining.
You mentioned DMG Mori, but who are the other partners involved in this event?
Yeah, so we've got DMG Mori as a Tier 1 partner, we also have Open Mind as a Tier 1 partner, we also have Nichkhun, Quickgrind and Vericut as well as our Tier 2 partners involved in this collaboration.
I mean, these catapult centres, they're perfect for education and product development.
Absolutely right. These guys used to be known for metal forming, but now they transcend that. They do everything. Additive manufacturing, 3D printing, hybrid manufacturing, obviously CNC machining, which we saw here.
It also ties in with what we did in show 99 in terms of collaboration, because you've got, well, you've seen the videos we're going to show in a minute, CG Tech. Keep going with me here, guys.
And I think, I think as well, it's like the collaborations, but because the technology is evolving at such a rate, I think it's essential that you bring out these facilities, because it kind of educates people how to use these technologies to the best of their potential. Yeah, so I think it's an educational place where these processes can be proven out.
Yes, definitely.
That's exactly what it is.
All right, still to come, we hear more about reducing your cycle time by 90% with 90, just in case, with HyperMILL MAXX machining. But next up, we talk Lollipop Tooling and much, much more with Quickgrind.
If you want a special build, we'll make a special build. And really that's what we're all about. You know, that's what Quickgrind's all about. If you want to make the RAM a bit bigger, you reprogram it. We're exactly the same. If you want the flute length a bit longer, you reprogram the machine. It's the press of a button. That's all it is.
Graham, we're here at the AFRC in sunny Scotland. What's your involvement?
We're Tier 2 members with the AFRC. We joined January this year. The purpose being, you know, to get use of these facilities, to bring partners into the facilities and to integrate with partners that are already here. Hence what's happening today. It's been very, very fruitful for us up to now. You know, we've found ourselves some new customers, we've met some really good people, we've met some new partners, and we're working together, you know, to push forward.
Yeah, it's like the who's who of Scottish manufacturing here today.
Yeah, it is. You know, we've got the best of the best here today. You know, we're working on a DMG. We've got Open Mind have come up. We've got Nichkhun as well as ourselves. We've got Rolls Royce here, we've got the guys for Walker Precision here, and got other guys for Castle Precision. Some of the universities are here as well to come and see the new strategies and stuff, and it's really worthwhile for us. It's more than what we imagined, to be honest with you, to get these quality companies to come through the door to this event. Yeah.
And behind us, you can hear the HSC, you know, running away. It's just tell us through the strategy. Talk us through it. What we're seeing.
At this moment in time, it's barrel cutting using a conical barrel tool across a surface. I can go over it again. People out in the world have probably heard of it already. You know, up to 90% saving, and it sounds like a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. You know, you can save up to 90% with the conical barrel tools. We manufacture the conical barrel tools. Today, we're doing different strategies with conical barrel tools to show time saving. We're going against a ball nose down one of the faces. 2 minutes in a barrel cutter does a whole face. 2 minutes with the ball nose only goes down 10% of the face, and it just gives you an idea and a feel of how quickly that a barrel cutter can use in the right applications, because it's not the be all and end all. But used correctly with the right type of software and the right type of machine tools, and that is a fabulous addition to you.
I sat through your presentation. I must admit, I picked quite a lot up. It's interesting, you know, a lot of companies are selling barrel tools now as standard tools. Unfortunately, it's very rarely the case you can apply a standard tool, really. It does need to be a bespoke tool, doesn't it? And that's where you guys come in with very short deliveries of bespoke tooling. Yeah,
well, we try to put over to people about the difference between a customised tool and a special tool, because a special tool, the alarm bell is going, people think twice the price and that. We customise a tool. It's a very easy process. It's a press of a button. That's what I said in my presentation. To make a flute length longer, to put a radius on. Barrel cutter, similar sort of thing. At the end of the day, it's a piece of solid carbide. We've got the software, we've got the capabilities down at Tewkesbury to produce these type of cutters, and we do it in a 2 to 3 week delivery. We can do it a lot quicker. Most of our competitors at the moment are doing 8 to 10 weeks, and we don't cut corners. We do it right, and we've got a process of doing it right, and that's how it works. Yeah.
And just finally, this is some facility, isn't it? Are you proud to be associated with the AFRC and Catapult?
Very proud. You know, it's been very good for us. We get to know the people at AFRC. This facility is getting bigger and bigger. I think they're talking about £78 million development all around this area. You know, they've got lightweight manufacturing centre kicking off in October, November time, and it's really exciting. It's great. We Quickgrind, you know, we're getting bigger all the time. For Tewkesbury being involved with these companies, and it just takes us on to different levels, because the fact that they're part of Catapult, you know, introduces us to different areas within the Catapult group, and we want to go the full length of them, and we're really pleased and really happy to be part of it. Yeah.
Exciting times ahead for Quickgrind.
Yeah, very exciting times. We're investing a lot of money. We're pushing forward. You know, I'm really happy to be part of the company. Everybody, we're one big family. It is a family-run business. You feel like part of the family. It's a really enjoyable place to be and to work for, and we produce a quality part at the end of the day, because that's what it's all about.
You going round for Christmas dinner then?
Yes, definitely.
Thanks, Graham.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Joe, did you have fun up there? You look like you did.
It was a good day. It's a blooming long day. Didn't get to the hotel till 8, 9 o'clock at night, but yeah, thoroughly worth it. Great day.
And what do you think of the technology?
A lot of it's technology I've seen elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it was a great day. With obviously the conical barrel machining, I've seen quite a few times now. But the majority of people still haven't. For those that haven't, you need to do some research, because in the right job, it will save you 90%.
Massive time saving. Also, I'd like to hear, getting the tooling, they can deliver 2-3 weeks for bespoke stuff.
A lot quicker as well, to be honest. They like to look at it as a non-standard, basically. So the idea is you don't have to wait very long at all, and it's the same or very similar price for a standard tool.
Because how many machines they've got in their machine shop?
I think it's about 25 now. They've just invested about 2 million in the last 18 months. So yeah, no, it's another order more.
I think as well, a really good point is bespoke tooling as well. When you mention bespoke tooling, is the advantages that you can get from bespoke tooling, Joe.
Well, yeah. How often, and we've all done it, how often do you buy a standard tool, which is brilliant tool, well designed, but it's never quite right, is it? Flute length slightly too long, maybe too short. So yeah, bespoke is a
knife and fork job, or do it in 3 or 4 different operations. But with the bespoke tool, you can do it in one hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Joe, just to finalise, why Quickgrind so good at what they do?
I don't know. I guess they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
I like what they stand for as a company. They're probably not the right company for everyone to deal with, in truth, but the ones that do, they do work with. They call them clients rather than customers.
Okay.
You know, they like to cuddle their clients and look after them. And
take them all to Christmas dinner.
Take them all to Christmas dinner. But yeah, no, it is a good company.
Yeah.
It is a good company.
And
It's
they
well
look
run
after
here.
their clients.
Exactly.
As
Yeah.
opposed to
Yeah. Well,
customers.
you know,
Solutions
well
and quick
manufactured.
turnaround.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well manufactured. Good product.
The knowledge as well to be able to manufacture a tool and have the confidence it's going to work for a specific application that's not been done before. That's not just having the capability of manufacturing something; it's having the knowledge that it's going to work.
Yeah.
And that is really important.
For sure. Obviously, here we see the barrel machine, and it's. I think that's a 10mm step over. The ball nose is 0.2 on that same
That's
job.
big
So big
Yeah,
savings.
definitely. Okay, don't forget we hear from Nichkhun right at the end of the show. But next up, huge cycle time reductions.
How big are they?
Huge from HyperMILL MAXX Machining.
For machining, super easy to use. Click the face, calculate, CAM system takes care of 5-axis technology for you. So you look at the worst case scenario, the deep pocket at the right hand, and you can use that tool for all areas.
Adrian, this event today, you're showcasing HyperMILL's MAXX Machining, 90% cycle time reductions. Have you got any users in the field that are actually experiencing those cycle time reductions?
Yes, absolutely, definitely. They really are using this technology in a way that demonstrates that number.
And can you just describe that technology? What is the strategy? How does it work?
Well, certainly in the finishing process of this MAXX Machining, we're using a special tool type called a conical barrel mill, and this barrel mill is a section of a tool with a very large radius. So this large radius enables us to make a greater step over on the part. So rather than, let's say, scanning a component to death with a ball mill, you can take a larger step over. Typically, your radiuses are in the 1 meter or 2 meter range, and it enables us to make a big step overs with very high quality.
So you're making the components faster. Is there any limitations or disadvantages to this? What about the stresses, say, on the spindle if you're making that work harder?
No, we don't really see this. We don't see this at all. I mean, one way it's less stressful on the machine tool because you know, if you want to go and cut parts quicker, the usual method is spin the thing faster, spin the tool faster, and push harder on the feed rate on the machine tool. But we're bringing that back into the more sensible land now of normal, the realms of normal machine tools. You don't have to go to the high end to get great results.
How applicable is this to the majority of manufacturing companies, this strategy? Would you say 5 out of 100 could get the benefit from it, or is it far greater than that?
It's far greater. I mean, if the parts you're scanning or finishing or look like the Rocky Mountains, then for sure it's not the technology for that point. But if you have shapes with gentle curves on them, or that you have to scan the ball in some way, definitely this is technology will cut masses of time out for you.
Collaboration here, DMG Mori, Quickgrind, Nichkhun. How important are all those partners in this mix and you being able to get those components off the machine faster?
Here is a really nice mixture of technology partners because with this facility we're able to explore those and have the time to explore those possibilities without pulling machines out of production. You know, that's the challenge is people able to experiment without ruining their production.
First time north of the border, we're here in Scotland. Are you anticipating lots of interest here for this solution from Scotland?
Definitely. There's definitely a big market, obviously, in the oil and gas industry up here, and these are big areas, big win areas that you can use this technology, and a more traditional aerospace as well could be using this technology.
You mentioned the oil and gas, and we'll finish on this because that, to me, would be about much more challenging materials. So this strategy can be adopted in those areas as well.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this technology, you see it behind is aluminium, but I mean, equally at home in Inconels and titaniums and these difficult materials as well.
90% cycle time reductions. I mean, you know, people are going to be a bit dubious. Tell me the stats. Why is this such a huge difference in cycle time?
Not every application, and he's happy to say that, but yeah, huge. Step overs, yeah, one of the parts is much bigger step overs. I think the figure's quoting there, normally 0.2, what was it?
I think it's basically up to 90% dependent on the application, but if you're using a traditional ball nose cutter where the point of contact area is very small, with the conical barrel cutters, the point of contact area is a lot larger, and also with the simultaneous fifth axis, you're being able to present a lot of that cutter to get a lot larger step overs. So that's how their reductions are achieved. But I think for me, for Open Mind, is this is just one solution that they offer. I mean, some of the complex components, we've seen them at Advanced Engineering a few weeks back, some of the components and some of the strategies that they've got are just phenomenal for real complex parts.
For sure, when you're scanning something to death, I think was his terminology, when you're doing a lot of scanning, without question, it's the way to go. Quite often you see some of these demos, and in truth, there's another strategy which maybe is as good as tapers tools, for instance. But when there's a curve or a plane, yeah, for sure.
But engineers might think, I need a high-end machine, but you said that's not the case. It could be sort of standard machines for this as well. So
yeah, there might be a perception it pulls more spindle load or what have you, and that might be true, but it's still going to be very minimal.
Yeah.
Very
so
minimal.
Your standard machines can still utilise
5-axis machines. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, now last but by no means least, let's hear from the guys at Nichkhun talking us through their tooling solutions.
Before is the kind of big thing at the moment that everybody's talking about. We have our own offering. Again, we've got an example of that on our little stand out front. But we focus here on our own.
Nathan, what's your participation today?
So today, I think from Nichkhun's point of view, we have two main areas. One is Nichkhun. We at Nichkhun are very interested in the spirit of innovation, and this place provides us a perfect platform to grow that really, and to grow that with potential other businesses that we maybe haven't worked with before. We've got a few products on show here, so our VX extractor, our Industry 4 offering, and our TP32 tool management solution, for example. They're things that we've been working on at our innovation centre, which now we can start to showcase. But not only that, it's working with our partners who are here to, you can have the best machine in the world, you can have the best carbide in the world, you can have the best program in the world, but if you don't have that tooling and that spindle nose, that stability, that gripping force that Nichkhun can offer, you fall to pieces. And really, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very low cost, when compared to your machining centre and the investment up front. So I think really we're here to showcase what we can offer with the other partners here, but also to talk to the companies that are coming to have a look.
Sorry, so what is it that makes you slightly different? Obviously, there's various manufacturers of tool holders out there. Each have pros and cons, I would think. So from a Nichkhun perspective, where do you excel?
It's the materials to start with, but the heat treatment process and the grinding process. We're much more accurate. Our materials are very, very uniform in their grain structure, so they're much stronger. We guarantee an 80% taper contact ratio, which again is something that you wouldn't necessarily find from competitors. But also our chucking solutions, when compared to others that are on the market, provide a much higher gripping force due to the taper angle.
And this demo today, we can see the machines going everywhere. How important is it to have this tooling?
Vital, absolutely vital. Everyone's looking to reduce cost, for their carbide to last as long as possible. If you've got 5, 10, 15 microns of run out, your tools really aren't going to last very long. And you're going to get horrible surface finish. So with Nichkhun holders, you're guaranteed the best possible run out. We have a 0-0 holder, a zero fit solution, which will minimize that. You can take all of your run out. So you're guaranteeing the best possible tool life and the best possible surface finish with no chance of pull out, really.
So what would you say, just to conclude, to all the engineers out there watching this show, and they're looking at £200,000 BMC and the carousel is full with 20, 30, 40 pound tool holders. What would your comment be to those?
It would be, look at the investment that you put into that machining centre, to that process. Can you really risk scrapping parts during production? In my opinion, the tooling is a very small percentage of that overall cost, and absolutely worth it to guarantee the quality of your parts coming out.
So maybe, there's Nichkhun, but there's other manufacturers of premium tool holders as well. But maybe the argument is, I can't afford it. Maybe you probably can't afford not to do it.
Absolutely, I would 100% agree with you. And obviously we have our innovation centre down in the Sheffield City region where if you have these sort of questions and you want to see some comparison cutting, then we're more than happy to offer that.
So many of these tooling companies do say, you know, think about that as an investment, invest in us, because, you know, you're investing in a big machine, but what about this? What's the difference?
I think that with tooling, the same as work holding, I think it's something that's really been overlooked from our industry, and I think it's the biggest mistake that everyone's making, because it's the best, the quickest return of investment that you can get on your tooling and work on. And I think that you need to have all aspects of the process spot on, because the weakest link will let the old process down. Right, yeah. And I think that the tooling also, it gives you better longevity of your machine tool, faster speeds, feeds, no vibration. So there's lots of different qualities, and it's like you can use lots of different analogies to why, but effectively, you're getting the best out of your machine tool. You're getting the best. You're using the machine tool to its best of its capabilities.
Not investing in a big machine, really premium machine, and buying some.
It's
cheap.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
often
crazy.
You'll go around and placing an order for a new machine, and you're looking at the process on the other machine. They don't actually need a new machine. They need to improve their current process. And like Gio says, your process is only as strong as its weakest point. Yeah. So you can go and buy a good machine and good carbide. If the interface between the two isn't there, in truth, you may as well just buy cheap tooling, because you don't get the benefit of.
Or you might as well just go and buy a cheap machine.
Yeah.
Because you get the same results if you bought a cheap machine. What's the point of buying an expensive machine if you're going to put cheap work holding and tooling on it?
This is going back to show 99. Well, lots of our shows, again, it's about the whole solution, isn't it? Not just buying that high-end machine or that nice machine. You've got to have the whole solution.
Exactly, and there's Nichkhun, there's obviously all the others, the big Kaisers, the HyperMILL shrink fit system, and there's lots of different solutions, but you need to be buying what you would class as premium tool holders, without question.
And again, collaborations like this is the place where hopefully we're educating, the industry's educating people on the importance of this.
Yes.
Because people shouldn't be overlooking this.
Well, that was kind of one of the questions I was going to finish off with. No, it's just, Joe, what did you get from the day?
A good lunch.
I did get a good lunch. Nearly as much as Mr. Jones, but 24 hours to pull up with Paul Jones. It's been a while, but it's hard work. But no, joking aside, the importance of collaboration, getting every part of that jigsaw puzzle complete to ultimately have a decent process.
Yeah. Okay, thanks guys, thanks for the show today, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you want to watch any previous episodes, click on the links somewhere here. And as we always say, keep those spindles turning.